Hi guys, I'm Ariel and you're watching She Wants Addiction. It is halfway through December. One of my goals for the new year is to read all of my books. Now, as you can see behind me, my bookshelf is a mess. Like, I have a problem. And the reason that it's so full is because A, it's tiny. I don't know if you can tell, but it's double stacked. Like, there's stacks in the front and then there's also stacks in the back. So there is a lot of books there. And then on top of that, every single book here is a used book that I bought. Used books are priced so cheaply that usually I will just grab them on a whim, and that's how I end up with so many. I just think it's ridiculous to own this many books. I have quite a variety of stuff on here, and I'm gonna try to sort it, put aside the books I've already read, and be honest with myself. Am I ever gonna reread that book? Let's do this. Okay, so this is a folder of like papers and stuff that doesn't need to be there. This is a random Bluetooth speaker, mini notebook. I guess I'm gonna make a notebook or journal pile. Dictionary of Literary Terms and Theory. 2016 Poets Market I bought when I was getting into trying to publish my poetry. Descriptionary. Two of the exact same dictionary because me and my boyfriend both have a dictionary. And this one's kind of fucked up. Probably get rid of that one. And then we've got my boyfriend's books. Okay, so that's the top part of the bookshelf. Got my major piles here. I've got YA, I've got sci-fi fantasy, nonfiction, and then poetry. Back there, I've got my already read stack. So real quick, just a couple things that have come to my attention here. I already knew this, but my shelf is way too small. I did count and it is 180 books, including the cookbooks that I had in another room. This is a lot. I probably own more books than clothes. I definitely own more books than clothes. This is insane. I probably have more books than food in here. Like, if I ever need to keep warm, I could burn a book bonfire. I knew it was bad, but I did not know it was this bad. I mean, and until you see it all laid out, you don't realize how bad that it's gotten. I'm honestly having doubts about whether I'll be able to read this many books in a year. The other thing I'm noticing is that I tend to read a lot of YA books, but I only actually own 4 young adult books. I think I want to be this person that reads a lot of like classics because, I mean, look at my classics pile. I think I want to be this person that reads a lot of nonfiction as well because I've got a lot of nonfiction books here. I don't think my library really reflects my reading habits. It's like I'd like to read classics, but I usually don't. But I buy them, you know, when I happen to see them because I'll get around to reading them one day. Does your guys' reading library, how big is it? And does it reflect your reading habits? Or is it kind of what you wish you read? Comment if you wish. So it is the next day and I am finally done organizing. The shelves are bowing in from how many books were like loaded on there, and I actually set aside like about 30 books that I'm gonna get rid of. But as for how I organize the bookshelf, classics with poetry, which is on this side, and short stories. Since I had a lot of literary fiction, I put it all on the bottom. The top was for the smaller section, so nonfiction, and then sci-fi fantasy, some YA, and then the journals. I think that having it set up like this, like all organized, is gonna make it easier to read throughout the year. So I can just grab whatever I feel like reading at that time. It's as good as it's gonna get on this tiny of a shelf.